The T28 Prototype is a Tier 8 American tech tree tank destroyer. It's got a turret and some decent armor, but at the same time, some really bad armor. This is a vehicle that a lot of people hate to grind, so I figured why not make a video on the Prototype, talk about its strengths, its weaknesses, and how you should be playing this tank on the battlefield. So what is good? Well, its frontal armor is actually pretty solid. If you don't expose the sides, you will get a decent amount of bounces. The upper plate's around 220 millimeters thick, and at weakest the turret's around 220 as well. So you can get bounces on the frontal armor, especially from tier 7 opponents. But at the same time, I don't expect the T28 to get many bounces from newer tier 8 heavies because Wargaming usually gives them better penetration. So the gun is really where this tank is strong, and it is truly an amazing gun. 248 millimeters of standard pen, and this is with gun rammer, and 297 on the premium. It's the same gun as a T34. The difference is the damage per minute. You have 2,800 DPM on a tier 8 turreted tank destroyer. It's got great aiming time, pretty okay dispersion at 0.353, and it's got 10 degrees of gun depression, so it's just a really good gun platform. That is the part that I've always liked about the T28 Prototype, is the ability to get out a really solid chunk of damage very quickly. If you're fighting other heavy tanks, which is how I use this vehicle, and a heavy tank pokes you, let's say, you out-reload that heavy that has a 12-second reload for 400 alpha, 4 seconds faster. That is on a lot of time to either decide what you're going to do after you've shot, or you can plop on adrenaline and then absolutely body them with your damage per minute. So let's get in the position, but I saved the best for last. This tank only has a top speed of 20 kilometers per hour. Now that's good and bad. The good news is that at least if you're new and you're inexperienced for driving this vehicle, you can't send your tank straight into the front line and die very quickly. The bad news is that it's 20, which means you've got terrible reverse speed and it's going to take you forever to get in the front line, meaning that your team can then be the ones that YOLO and do what I just said. So either way, it's a losing battle, but yeah, you always want mobility over non-mobility. So let's see if we can make our way to the front line. Now, we got pretty lucky because Dynasty is probably the smallest map that you can play in higher tier, so we're already in the front line. I mean, we've basically tied our heavies getting here. We got a Blaze at base A, and interestingly enough, nothing else. Ooh, there's a T-34 1776. Maybe we can shoot a shell at the roof of its turret. If this hits, I would be very surprised. Wow, that's all there is to say. That was very surprising. I'm gonna wait for my camera to reset a bit. Ooh, actually, wait, we got an action 10 off to the side over here. Backing up, and fire. Yeah, there you go. You can see this gun is very nice. As I said, the aiming time and dispersion is not bad. It's not great dispersion, but it's good enough that you can hit the majority of your shells as long as you let the gun aim in a bit. We got the T-32 over here. That was just a bad shot aimed by me, but oh well. We're already up to a decent chunk of damage here. I really don't want to fight that T-32 though, because he's just a hull down heavy, and I'm in a tank destroyer that really can't fight a hull down heavy. So instead, I'm going to push off to the side, and maybe I can get some shells into the T-34. Hopefully, that T-34 is getting some pretty nasty shots into my T-34 too. So I'm just going to push over here. Let's get a shell in. Just give me a sec. Just got to slowly get over here. There you go. Let's put on my adrenaline. And this is where the nice fact of me out-reloading this T-34 is I know that I out-reload him, so it would never be a problem. I know that I can just easily clear his vehicle out of the battlefield. Well, we got the T-49 off to the side. That guy is flanking probably behind me to ruin my day. Oh, there he goes, and boop. Nice shot into the T-49 for 400. I do like the alpha on this vehicle. Being able to tap anybody for 400 is pretty nice, gotta be honest. We got the 49 off to the side still, and trying to figure out what I want to do here. Well, let's get a shot into the Yag Panther, or not. That sucks. I'm still gonna face the 49. I don't trust that vehicle. Let's push off to the side. If I ooh, there he is. Let's load in an HE and boom! Oh, 518 damage. That feels pretty sweet. We got the Blaze over here. You gonna pen me? No, you're not, because as I said, the armor against tier 7s works quite comfortably well. So this is a perfect battle to showcase where you can do well in the T28. Our armor did its job. The DPM on this tank is amazing. And there you go. We were 1,000 on the base capture, and we did around 2,600 damage. Nothing bad at all. Definitely not a crazy game, and this wasn't a battle where we, got a crazy amount of damage out very quickly, but there are games like that. I mean, we still did top on our team, and we did everything we needed to in that game. At tier 8, I would say 2,500 is equivalent to about 3,000 plus in tier 10. So let's load into one more battle and see if the prototype can do a good job again. Now, if you play tier 9s, you don't want to frontline in this vehicle. First of all, tier 9s have more DPM, but even more than that, tier 9s have a lot more alpha. The average tier 9 heavy doesn't sit at 400 damage per shot. I would say they sit at like 460. So if you trade with an E75, you're going to be losing a third of your health in one shell. You want to stay a lot more passive, more like how I play an E4, which is let a heavy take a shot for you, bam, bam, get 2 shells into a heavy, and then back in the cover. That's how I do it, but it's definitely a much harder playstyle when you go up against tier 9s compared to tier 8s. Now, unfortunately, my team wants to go towards, oh my god. Well, this is not a good start, but either way, my team wants to go towards base B, which, as many times I've said on the channel before, is basically asking for a defeat. But it wouldn't make much of a difference because our Panther 2 doesn't know how to drive, so that's not instilling much confidence on me on the mediums anyway. Alright, what do they have? They got a Canavan IS-5, they got a VK168. Now, it looks like their team is going towards Seaside as well, so this fight is kind of both sides weird, but yeah, I'm going to push over towards where this Panther 2 is actually, because I feel like this position is a bit safer to cross. Here we go. Now they have something at base A, and I got detected, so that means they have more than one thing at base A. They also got something, yes, a lightweight up on the bridge. We got the VK168 over here, and, well, I'm just going to push up. The 168's not aiming at me, which gives me the time to go, 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 go. Speed, 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 speed. Hello? Alright, the lightweight looks like he's not there anymore. Oh, he is, but not my problem. Lightweight shot the Panther, which is exactly what I wanted, which means now I can shoot at vehicles like this 168. There you go. Nice shot, and look at that. I was able to back up perfectly and get a bounce rate on my hull. Now, because I have 10 degrees of gun depression, I can just drive my vehicle right over the ridge, get a nice shot again into that 168, and this is where the gun is great, because your DPM just absolutely smashes opponents. We just took around 1,200 hit points off of that 168 and didn't really care all too much. Now we've got the lightweight over here. We're going to aim an HE shell onto his rear. Oh, 461 tap there. And again, 4 more seconds left. We have another shell. I mean, just think about how good the DPM is on this vehicle. Now we got the ISU around the corner over here, and we're going to get 1 shell into the ISU. And you can see because I angled the hull, we were able to get a bounce from his tank. Now I do want to point out that the ISU is not running the top gun. The ISU is running the stock 120. So not necessarily the hardest of tanks to fight, but it still stands that we were able to angle our hull and get another nice bounce on this tank. Its armor is not bad. People like to say the T28 Prototype's armor is terrible, but it can definitely do a decent job. Now all they have left is the STA and the TVP. And the TVP, I got very unlucky on the way I decided to go because he ran the opposite direction. But yeah, okay. I was hoping I might be able to get another shell out, but that's just definitely not the case. And if their STA is AFK, which it looks like he is from the chat, I will not be the person to get any damage. I might be able to get up this bridge and try and get some shells out, but yeah, most likely I'm not going to be getting any damage out because I'm not fast enough to get there. This is where a slow tank does fall very short. But that's why you want to make your stay on the battlefield earlier very, very well known. And that's what we did. We got some pretty nasty shells into that VK168. We got some nasty shells into that T54 lightweight. And that's what we were supposed to do. There wasn't much else we could have done in this game. And yeah, that's why the T28 Prototype is a pretty nice vehicle. You know what? Now, yeah, I was going to say, is he AFK? Because nobody spotted him at the back of the map, but what a weird position to go AFK. And it's like Wargaming's like, haha, Droodles has positioned his... Oh, wait, he may have been... No! I think he was actually pushed into the open. No, never mind. He still wasn't. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. two pretty decent battles. The second game wasn't very engaging, but we still did 2,200. You can imagine if the entire enemy team went towards town, we easily could have broken 3,000, and we still did top on the team. So the T28 Prototype is a tank that I've actually always liked. Not everybody has, but I've thought is a pretty enjoyable tank. If you'd like to see more content like this in the future, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.